Dear country, thank you for your service and your sacrifice and dedication and diligence and honor and character and friendship through the years and the tears. You made me who I am today. I am Liberty. I'm a little girl that grew up that wanted to have a well-rounded worldview and asked for it, and was fortunate to get the opportunity to get a well-rounded worldview. And I am thankful and grateful for the people that did the best they could with the information they had. And I know everybody across the board, coast to coast, does that every day. We do the best we can with the information that we have. And that's just at the core of every human being, whether they're on the light side or the dark side, or, labeled this or labeled that. Everybody truly is trying to do the best they can with their values and their character traits and the skill set that they have. Dear Washington, I never thought I'd have such a nice car. Thank you. I never thought I was content. I was happy, and I still am. And honestly, if it had been just my choice alone, I would have picked the Bolt, because for $21,000 out the door, I can get a 2019 that goes 450 miles and it'd be white. But unfortunately, the stars just did not align properly for me to do and have that deal. However, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to get something that I never imagined for myself, and with a friend's help, I was able to enjoy my new ride. And it's great because though it looks black and sleek and is probably the best engineering design in the entire world, I don't know. I've never driven a BMW before in my life. I sure as heck hope it doesn't break down on me, because I've had some damn good Toyotas and Fords and, a Scion, which is a Toyota too, and then I've also driven a Pontiac Sunbird. So none of those cars ever gave me any tremendous expenses or maintenance problems, issues. Here, I just want to let you know I'm grateful. I'm grateful that this car fits me very well, because though I may look like I fit in a lot of places, and that's nice and it's helpful if you want to move around the world and travel and meet people and sit down next to them and, hope to God that they're going to want to interact with you. And so I've done the best I can. I know beauty's appreciated, and when people are kind, people want that social connection. Okay, so here's my black electric vehicle. It runs solely on light. I can get 150 miles on one charge. Good luck to the person that makes the adapter. Thank God. I really hope somebody gets an adapter for that Tesla, because 3 out of 6 of my stations did not work. They were disabled by the owners, which are usually government corporations, or just, I really wish Washington, we need to settle up. Okay, so here we are. My car is dirty. I'm at my usual regular, I'm a creature of habit. I wash my car in car washes where there's 24-hour service around the clock. And every time I come through now, in different places, I'm starting to notice different differences. And this is one that concerns me and the children and the world. And it's this thing. Well, okay, first of all, there's this big thing right here. Attention, social distancing also applies outdoors. Please adhere to social distancing guidelines and stay at least 6 feet away. Sounds like everybody is to be given boundaries, and I'm not for this boundary deal, because people need to realize that the foundation of any relationship is trust and mutual respect. And when those get blown, it doesn't matter what label or what ring you put on it, that relationship is done. Unless there are friends around that are kind enough to help put that relationship back together for those two people. And that's the truth about connection, about circle of life. It was meant to be dynamic, like the weather. It was meant to be dynamic. Nobody was meant to be standing still, because you walk in the ocean and life comes towards you. If you continue to just decide to do nothing and stand still, you are on sinking sand. Life was not designed, and neither was the weather, neither was the environment, for people to just be isolated and alone. And that's not healthy for our children. And another thing that concerns me, Washington, is this money issue. Look, I have to put dollars, okay, into the machine, and usually it's cost me $2, like in Tucumcari, New Mexico, and maybe a little more in Amarillo, and then maybe a little more in Santa Fe, but it's $4 out here in Paradise on the other side. Well, on the other side of my journey. Okay, so here's our money. I have to put dollars into this machine. George Washington. And I know that I learned everything I needed to know about our founding fathers in a children's book. So, and I did get excellent training, which I am very thankful for. Thank you for those opportunities. Okay, here we are. $1. I have to exchange my dollar at the gas station. I mean, no, we're at I'm sorry, I don't, low energy right now. Okay, I exchange my dollar, and I get these things that are called tokens. Tokens with no cash value that are not refundable, and the stars are all in circle boundaries. And they're told they have to drive this kind of car that doesn't have any labels on it, which might be a good thing, actually. Maybe we need cars that don't have labels. I don't know what the answer to all the things right now. All I know is that this one is not the way forward. This one is likely the way forward, the electric car deal, because we have to teach our kids about values, and when our values and priorities have the kids coming last, or we're forced into having our kids coming last, or we choose to let our kids come last, I'll tell you something's not right with our country. And it kind of concerns me that I'm labeled disabled because I'm different, and I'm capable of moving from one state to another state, okay? I'm capable of making passive income. I'm capable of retirement at the age of 28. I'm capable of, going from nothing, being able to be a full-time mom, making my choices, and put my kids first. And somehow at the end of the day, in the government's eyes, I am an unfit mother. That's a problem for me. Not one that you have to deal with, but I think we need to rewrite some things as far as the mental health care system and the way the government works. Okay, so this is a problem because the kids now have access to iPhones, which have 2x lenses that go up to like 10x. So we know the founding fathers put the way the country works on the money. We're taught that in schools. So when we look really closely, we notice those things like the pyramid and the tipping of the pyramid that becomes the monument. We notice the things like the justice scales being uneven and tilted toward the dark side, not the light side. We notice things like the stars having boundaries and being encircled. We notice other things like ones and zeros and triangles. and how they may or may not connect to, I don't know, a tree of life. And the right way to prune a tree, and the roots, and where those roots might not be seen, but they may be just as big or stronger than the actual tree that's been pruned a whole lot to look very perfect. And I know women, let's just talk about our children, okay? For me to get healthy ice cream in America, the kind that I can eat, because I'm lactose intolerant, I cannot handle dairy, okay? I get sicker than sick. And then the doctor said, I told my parents I have to get tubes in my ears if I don't stop eating bowls of ice cream for breakfast. And I liked my Brahms chocolate ice cream, and it was hard to give up. But when you're a little kid, that's pretty scary to have somebody slice and dice your earlobes open or whatever, what happened to me. So I gave it up. I sometimes still eat, and certain dairy doesn't bother me. It's weird. Greek yogurt doesn't bother me when it's, but like, for some reason, I can't. You put some butter on my fish, I've never been sicker in my life. Well, I mean, it just means I have to get the Tums, and that's always fun, not so fun. Anyway, here's how it's going to cost me $2.33 to afford ice cream for 9 kids. And it's going to cost me $4 for a car wash. And this right here is $21 at Whole Foods. And that doesn't look like a whole lot of ice cream, like, for moms. And to do the right thing for moms, I mean, it's a lot asking us to get like a real big thing for, $6, $7 and put that in our cart in most of this country. Let alone the stuff that actually, might not have been a casualty of some fallout, if you know what I'm speaking about. There's ways to do things better, and I'm willing to trade love for liberty now, okay? I don't want freedom, I want liberty. I don't want love, I want liberty, okay? I don't want to be owned, but no thank you. Liberty now. Bunny hop.